Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered. It's gonna be herO versus Chengdu. It's a Chinese Protoss player in a long macro game featuring an elite Korean Zerg player. Top right, it is herO. Bottom left, it is Chengdu, which is a city in China and a restaurant in China, and a lot of results in Google. But not a result for a player named Chengdu. RJB said, I think he's a Protoss player from China, but we will see. So, APVZ here on Retro for you today for your Wednesday. Happy 2025. Thanks for keeping StarCraft alive in 2025. It's going to be a Nexus first here. Nope, just throwing down a pylon. 4-player map. I think he's going to try to be safe here against herO, recognizing the name, right? So it's going to be a Forge. I think it's going to be a Forge expand against a pool first on this giant 4-player map. But if he wants to do pressure, it would be a gateway. I'm going to go ahead and say Forge, right? Forge coming up. And am I right? Am I right? It's going to be a gateway. All right, man. So it's an overpool play here from herO. Gateway expand timings are, I think, not very good against an overpool, but we will see. We will see how he scouts. We will see how he responds here today. And the Overlord is not going the correct way. And cross-spawn scouting here is the second Overlord, Barry, Terry's cousin. Yep, I know, Barry. He is not a very good cousin, but he scouts excellently, so that's why herO sent him here today. So, Gateway warping in. Making a Zealot here at sub 2 minutes. There it is. And then, you know, expanding. Saving up money to expand here. Making a few more probes. Expanding here is herO. And 2 sets of lings on the way. Probe says, no Zerg bottom right. No Overlord here, so that would mean by process of elimination and deduction, the Zerg is here. So it's a late hatch, so he knows there's a pool already. And how many lings are there? At least 2. At least 2. Are you going to expand? Are you going to expand this Zealot? Oh, man, he's going to get surrounded and killed, isn't he? There we go. Expansion here at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The drone says, okay, you've expanded. You've done a gateway expand here, so we're going to go ahead and throw my lings down here and see if we can get a scout and maybe some damage done. Third base being hacked away here at the 9 o'clock from herO. Blocking the ramp is the Zealot and a probe, and just enough to chase these Zerglings off of the gateway and get back to the ramp. Wait, yeah, there we go. So the second Zealot has spawned, and now they're chasing them away. Extractor coming up here from herO. And, oh my gosh, are we going to kill this? No, we're not going to kill this. Yeah, he saw the lings moving in, thanks to that probe scouting there. And now he perches himself behind the mineral patch like the cowardly Zealot that he is. My life for ire, come on, man. Dude, okay, there we go. Chasing away Zerglings, that is heroic. That is heroic there. You can't catch them because they are faster than you, but chasing them away is as much as you can do with the heroism in your heart, at least. At least until you get speed. How many kills? How many? Oh, 0. Oh, 1 kill. 1 kill for the Zealot. Ah, Robert, we knew thee well. Cybernetics core, warping in. Lair coming in. And slowlings, just, you know, map controlling here. Yeah, nothing crazy here. Again, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching StarCraft on the channel here. I did get laid off last September, and I'm trying to make a go of professional streaming and Twitch and YouTube and all those places, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin and here. And I did set up a third channel for my other video game content like Space Marine 2, Baldur's Gate, Last of Us Part 2 that I have played on Twitch. The VODs are there, and there's a link in the description to that if you want to see Falcon play other games than StarCraft. Just branching out in the third channel. The probe says, yeah, hang on a second. Yep, dead. Spire thrown up around 5 minutes here in this PvZ. Everything is A-OK here. Based on an overpool and a gateway opening. Ooh. Oh, never mind. Not a double Stargate. Just a Stargate and a Citadel of Adun. Corsair production. There we go. Corsair production here starting at 5 minutes and 36 seconds. A macro hatch. And we need to throw down a Hydroden here, herO. Do we need to? These are a lot of lings, man. Wow. Enough lings to take down a third base. But there isn't a third base coming up. Just 2 base for now, here from Chengdu. Chengdu, something like that? I don't know how to pronounce Chinese very well, hardly at all. As an American, that does not make me special. So, Zealot here. And a hatchery. Not a creep colony coming up. Run! Run, drones! A lot of lost mining time here. Why do we not throw down a sunken? There we go. And 2 dead drones and a lot of lost mining time because you didn't want to throw down a sunken at your third base. Once again, Zerg players, I will never understand you guys. I will never understand your math. Three kills for that Zealot, and 4 more Zealots are coming in here. We've got Scourge, huh? 5 Zealots, dude, and these lings are like, okay, finally, we can get some action. I was worried that we made these lings for nothing, said herO, but they are helpful and useful in taking down Zealots that show up at your third base. Another macro hatch here from herO. All right, fair enough, dude. So a DT is on the way here, +1 attack for the Corsairs here being researched at the Cybernetics Core. And how many Mutalisks will there be here today? I'm going to say no. We're not going to see any Mutalisks, just going to see some Scourge. That's about it. Oh my gosh, a sunken colony here at 7 minutes and 40 seconds. That would have been so useful about 2 minutes ago, but all right. Overlord coming in just in the nick of time to save a couple of drones from this DT. Oh my gosh, 3 drones killed. 4 drones for that DT. Even with a sunken and even with an Overlord coming in here. Excellent, excellent stuff here from Chengdu. Pylon, not exciting. More Corsairs, not exciting. How many? We've got 4 Corsairs now at 8 minutes. Never mind, 7 Mutalisks are being produced. All right, man. I think that's why. This is a longer game here from herO, because he produced Mutalisks against a +1 Corsairing Protoss with 5 Corsairs and 1,000 more on the way. Oh wait, no, that's not what it is. That's not the line whatsoever. Evolution Chamber. And a Hydroden, finally. A Hydralisk in here at 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So we've got a 3 base to 2 base here, and I think these Mutalisks are in a heck of a lot of trouble. How many Scourge are there? We've got 7 of them, which is pretty good. Oh, hang on. Hang on, 10 of them. 10 of them's a better number to deal with these Corsairs. They're not going to want to engage with that. I love the Archon, the early Archon out here to cause problems against the Mutalisks or the Scourge that might exist. Yeah, this Archon's like, come fight me. I'll fight all of you Mutalisks. Bring it. And the Mutas are like, I don't know. Oh, big hits on these Mutas. Corsairs say, we do splash damage too. Screw you, dude. Screw you and the Mutalisks that you rode in on here. So far, so good. I like this. Protoss is feeling fine here at about 10 minutes. He's got 57 probes. Any sign of a third base from this guy is not really happening. Archon gets another hit off on these Mutas. Another one on these Mutas. The Scourge. No connections on those Corsairs at all. Oh my gosh. That is horrendous play from herO. herO is playing sloppy here, dude. And again, that's kind of why you end up getting a crazy macro game against a Protoss Chinese player that no one's ever heard of. Okay, well, that was actually, oh man. One Corsair died for like 12, 15, 16 Scourge. That is horrendous trades, man. That is some disgustingly bad trades here from herO. He's like, okay, well, Mutas didn't get anything done. They're almost dead. Not great. Not great whatsoever here. 18 Hydras getting fired up. He says, okay, enough of the Mutalisk shenaniganry. That was not a good move. I admit that was a problem, Falcon. Let's get in some Hydras. Love that, especially because, oh, Storm, I was going to say, Storm's not done. It's not done, but it's very much almost done. Third base getting fired up here. And no, this is not happening. This third base has been not happening for a long time. The early Lings that were out were going to shut this third base down if it was attempted. Then the Mutas were going to shut down this base if it was attempted. And now all the Hydras in the world are going to shut this base down if it's attempted. Corsair Zealot High Templar attack here into the third base. Tons of Hydras here. Zealots have the speed, though, and a +1 attack, which is awesome. Storming the Hydras to defend the friends. Nice. Had to make these guys into an emergency Archon. Nevertheless, one sunken not enough to deal with this many Zealots hacking away at a macro hatch. I don't know. It's just chaos on display here is what it is. Drones trying to evac. Drones trying to fight. Zealots are largely dying. This Archon's going to get almost nothing done. Too many Hydras there for that. Drones are dying. We see little drone blood splatter here. Lots of Hydras going down as well. These Zealots are refusing to go down against just Hydras. No Sunkens. No lurkers whatsoever, dude. This is pure Hydra, and eventually you bring 40 Hydras to the party, and you know what? You'll probably be able to shut this thing down before your main hatchery dies. Yeah, going for it was a mistake there. I don't like that whatsoever. A handful more of Zealots going to try to jump in there. Corsairs looking for stuff to kill. These Mutas are like, no, no, please, not us. Please, not us. Getting an Overlord. No, can't quite do it. Can't quite do it there. Finally, the third base is coming in on the left side. 9 o'clock position here. Did I call this a 9 o'clock earlier? This is the 3 o'clock. I had fourth base coming in from herO, and no sign of Hive Tech yet. This is where Falcon gets really antsy. You know that. The games I feel like Zergs do better in are the ones where they get a Hive between, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. Anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes getting a Hive. I feel okay about it. But then we have these Zerg players who are like, random barcode, Protoss. I don't need Hive Tech for this guy. Right? I mean, he would have put up a much harder fight already if this was snow, so it's not snow. Look at him making more Mutalisks. He knows how many Corsairs are out here. I guess some of them are fairly injured. So maybe that's an issue. But yeah, I don't like this game from herO at all. He's making 10 more. 10 more Mutas. 10. Honestly, I just go Mass Archon Zealot at this point. Make a couple more Corsairs, maybe. This is not Lurker. This is not Defiler. This is not Adrenaling. This is Muta Hydra only. He's trying to make a point. He's trying to say, I can beat you with nothing but these 2 units, and I guess Scourge 2, to be fair. That's it. No Lings. I mean, they don't have any upgrades. They're not going to have Adrenal ever. Now, look. Lurker aspect is on the way. And I'm not saying we're never getting a Hive in this game, because we probably are. But I don't think we're going to get one. Ooh, hang on. Queen's Nest. Queen's Nest. herO may have heard my whinging and said, all right. Jeez. Make a friggin' Hive. Gosh. Why are you so whiny about this? It's a fair point. Mutas dive bomb him into the main base. Corsairs, Dragoons try to pick off the Scourge as well as they can. It's pretty good, honestly. Pretty good Corsair control. Really not bad at all. Changes everything away. A couple cannons die. Maybe a couple probes died, but it's still 54 workers for the Protoss. Really nothing too terrible at all. Cannot complain. Fourth base popping from herO. Up here at the 12 o'clock, considering it anyway. There's the Hive timing at 14.5. So it's not as late as I've seen, and it's not as early as I've seen. He's just kind of decided to go for it. He's decided to take this Protoss seriously, which I appreciate from him. He recognizes these Mutas aren't getting nearly as much damage as he would like to. The Mutas dive bombing on the Corsairs is an interesting decision, but this Dragoon count, man. Ooh, good snipe on both of those obs. That's going to tell our Protoss player, hey, lurkers are probably coming. That's the only reason to snipe obs from a Zerg perspective. If you're not making lurkers, then killing obs is like, meh, whatever. I guess they're good at scouting, but they don't provide any more value other than that. I guess maybe if you want to deal with some burrow drones or something. But not much else going on here from the Zerg perspective that makes them hate obs other than the fact that they have lurkers out on the field. Macro hatch. I mean, he's doing the macro hatch thing. I'm a big fan of it. He never threw up another sunken here inside the third base at all. And it's almost dead, but I'm not sure it's ever going to die in this game. A really tough base to engage with if you have hydras and lings and sunkens and lurkers at the top of a ramp. This is Retro's a really good map for those bases, where trying to attack up that ramp from either a Zerg or a Protoss perspective in this matchup sucks. Yeah, I mean, he might as well bust up here now. There are no Sunkens. There is no Dark Swarm yet, so he kills one of the lurkers. The Mutas are trying to provide their damage as much as they can. Picking off the High Templar. That's another one down, and that is eating an entire storm. Into the fourth base we go. No counterattack is happening. I guess, yeah, we're going to expand down here, says Chengdu, and that Overlord sees it, but nothing else. Maybe some Lings are being dispatched to shut that thing down, and they are. So, yeah, that's going to be a cancel. That's a terrible decision. Yeah, this fourth base dies. This Dragoon count is awesome. These Zealots, no Dark Swarm. Yeah, these Dragoons are having a field day. How much longer are we going to be able to have a field day here? They're asking themselves. Yeah, that's a canceled Nexus. Send something. These guys, come save it. I think you've got... Oh, my gosh. You've got it. Focus the hatch. He's not really focusing very well. Gets up the high ground, trying to get some Hydra misses on these Dragoons in this engagement. Because Hydras eat Dragoons normally, but if they're missing a bunch because of the high ground situation, maybe not as good. Lings popping out here. Adrenal's not done yet. These are 2 armor Dragoons, giving them a total of 3 armor. Yeah, this base dies for Chengdu, and he didn't even try to save it. He didn't even try to save that base. He just said, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty happy with killing hero's 4th base. Bam, and he does. He's like, I can be a 3 base to a 3 base here. That's totally fine with me. Meanwhile, it's a Defiler Mound. Somewhere. No? Okay. We have Adrenalings. They've got a miraculous 0 attack, 1 armor upgrade set up here, which is going to make them scary. I'm not going to say they're not scary as Adrenal finishes, but I'm just going to say they're not nearly as good as they could be, but that +1 attack is finishing, and that's where it starts getting rough for Protoss against these Cracklings. If you don't have any Reavers, if you don't have any Storm, which, by the way, there's not any with this army. This is a pure Gateway Dragoon Zealot style thing here. And he's doing okay. He's making some decent trades here, but he's going to run out of steam on this eventually. And yeah, this army is going to get surrounded on both sides and completely taken down. Okay, well, these Dragoons are trying to do what they can. They got a bunch of kills though, right? 11 kills, 14 kills, and 12 kills on these Dragoons. And with their upgrades, they can maybe force a cancel. No! Oh, almost force a cancel on that 4th base. He's got his own 4th base repopulating down here at the 6 o'clock spot here on Retro. The man, Defiler Mound. Build a Defiler Mound. Thank you. Defiler Mound on the way from herO at 1830. Woof. So we got our Psy Storm out now. So these Lings should be dead. There we go. This is where Lings, even if they have Adrenal, are still the squishiest things in the known universe. They will die to Psy Storm faster than anything, really. Marines die real fast too, but Lings die faster because they have less HP. Look at this science. Look at the math and the comparison between 2 numerical values by Falcon that he learned in kindergarten. Ooh, some extra lurkers coming in. These are the first lurkers of the day. No. There were some lurkers defending this base earlier. Good snipe on that obs. These 2 were like, oh, why are we traveling in packs? That's dumb. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, yeah, that's why that's dumb. 123 to 95 supply. Protoss is up about 30 supply, which is about where you want to be against a late game Zerg player. We're at 19 minutes. It's a late game, folks. Consume's on the way. Busting up this ramp. There are no lurkers or sunkens at the top of this ramp. What are we doing? Why are we not investing in our bases today, herO? He's really defending that fourth base fairly well, but the third base has just been a wide open death zone for everything. Zerg, you can storm that ramp all day. We are just racking up kills. Absolutely. These Archons are like, you don't even need us yet. Dude, get around. Maybe try to go after the hatch. They're just kind of parked here. And then a million lurkers show up and they're like, oh yeah, maybe we don't want to be in this base after all. We didn't have any detection with us. We had obs, but then we packed them all together, and all three of them died within about 10 seconds of each other. New base, fifth base coming up top left from herO. 123 to 103 supply, 20 supply ahead for the Protoss. He's got the upgrades. 2-2 is done. He's working on +3 attack now. And yeah, tap that like button, man. Show up for the live streams. I'm streaming StarCraft 6 days a week. I'm posting these more focused VODs of longer, the better games end up on VODs, folks. The better, longer macro-style games with players that you know that RJB really recommends, like this, they show up as standalone VODs on the channel. They do not get done as part of the live stream. So be sure to watch these. But if you need more StarCraft with good games with players like Solkey and Snow, and Flash and Best, and Bisu, and Speed, and everybody else you love, Larva, Killer, come to the live streams. Those are a lot of fun. You can interact with other StarCraft fans. Did you miss talking to other StarCraft fans? The chats for these are bopping. You can have arguments about what spell is the most overpowered. Is it Storm? Is it Plague? Is it EMP? Is it Consume? There are some options here. I think I put a poll out about this once. People generally said Psystorm, but there were a lot of votes for the other options. But yeah, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. Plagued up. Oh, massive, massive plague there, folks. Dark Swarm pops. Not really enough Zealots to fight that. Plus, it looks like they've all been plagued for the most part. Attacking into this is really dicey. I don't think I like it very much, especially as that Archon explodes. Coming up this base might be a little bit easier, honestly, of a challenge. Yeah, you got a lot of chunky Archons up here, but I think busting up this ramp would be okay. Nice plague again. You're just going to keep getting plagued until the end of time, man. I hope you've made peace with your gods, because that's happening. Zealot checks to see if there's a base up here. Hey, look, there totally is. Both players checking the bottom right to see if there's stuff happening there. And there could be, but nothing quite yet. They both have vision on it, though, and I like that. I like both players having vision on the corners. Try to see what's going on. I don't know about sending in the Archons to deal with the Lurker Hydra stuff. It's just Archons pop so easily here. Bam, there's another one. 187 to 134 supply. About 50 supply advantage. 40, 50 supply advantage for the Protoss. This is where he wants to be, but if he can't make an engagement into some of these bases and start shutting them down, I don't know what he does. I guess maybe he expands down this whole bottom side, splits the map in half, and says, if you want to come fight me, I'll fight you in the middle of the map. I'll fight you at my bases, and I'll just be more cost efficient. I will not let you have an economic advantage on me. We're going to be even on econ. I'm going to be cost efficient in our battles. I'm not going to have to kill any of your bases because you won't have an advantage I need to get rid of. Or diffuse, maybe, is the other word there. I don't know. Vocabulary word of the day is diffuse. Bunch of cracklings out. Cool. They got 2-2. They're working on 3-3. I think we're getting the Ultras here today. Maybe any Reavers. I don't see any sign of that from either player. Yeah, trying to storm Lings out of the middle of the map. It's fun, and it's entertaining. But they are slippery, and you're probably not going to catch all of them unless they try to engage with your army straight up. Yeah, coming up this ramp, there's just no Defilers here. I feel like this is doable. The Obs pokes in, sees, no Defilers up there, no Sunkens up there. Let's storm up the ramp a little bit. Good snipe on the Obs, though. Oh my gosh, great snipe on that Obs. Obs number 2 is here. Both lurkers are down. Let's go. We charge up this ramp. We move command up the ramp because otherwise people get stuck behind us. But then we're walking past. Scourge getting stormed there. The Lings trying to do what they can. A lot of Archons coming up here, though. And suddenly, it's not looking particularly good. Dark Swarm is up, but the splash damage on the Archons is fully felt here. Zealot over here hacking away at the drones at a very dead base. Scourge trying to find the Obs in this location. Psystorm on the backside. Lurkers coming to the backside here, too. And it looks like herO does manage to probably clean this out. He is just bringing dudes to this party. Yeah, these Archons are getting thinned out quickly. There were a bunch, and now there are none. Now there are none. And this Zealot, he's like, I don't know what everybody else is having trouble with. I've got 4 kills, and I'm doing great. That storm. Nothing worse than a High Templar that dies when it has a storm in its back pocket. I expect more from High Templar. 150 to 120 supply, a 25 supply lead after all of that for the Protoss. He did not be as cost efficient or unit effective as he wanted to be, without a doubt. Losing these Obs has been such a problem against these lurkers thus far. It is 3-1-2 upgrades to the ground units for the Chengdu. He's successfully expanding down this right side. He doesn't have any probes mining here, but he'll be getting there eventually. And at this point, yeah, I think herO's doing fine. I really do. I mean, Chengdu is struggling a lot with these lurkers and these Lings and all the plagues and the Dark Swarms. But who's the Protoss player that doesn't struggle immensely about that? With that, boy, look at that probe transfer. Very dangerous stuff, sir. It's not easy sledding here for herO, but he's getting down this way. That Archon's got 19 kills and pops. Psystorm shows up. Hydras die. It's a fallback. Fallback to the lurkers. Can we reposition the lurkers? That's a big question that we're asking ourselves right now. 20 Lings in production. They've got 3-3. They are full on cracklings right now. They are as upgraded as they can possibly be. They hit like trucks. They're fast. Not tanky, but, you know, 3 armor is better than 0. And if you've been plagued, it's a little bit worse. Snipes another Obs there. These Scourge. Yeah, just bringing up the hodgepodge of units a late-game Zerg player needs to defeat a Protoss who's playing Gateway like this. It's Lurkers, it's Lings, it's Hydras, it's Defilers, it's Scourge. It's everything. How much of each do you make? herO's trying to figure that out right now. Just a handful of Scourge to get the Obs, and a handful of Hydras to pop the Archons. And then a handful of Lings to deal with the Zealots, and like 1 or 2 Defilers to plague the Zealots and the Dragoons. And it is one heck of a battle here, but another base potentially getting warped in. Like I said, I think this splits the map in half. I'll have to do some base counting, which is not my strong suit when I'm live casting like this. I mean, not live casting, I'm vodcasting, but I am still trying to focus a lot on what's going on in this battle. Great storm. That was a sick storm. 11 kills on that High Templar. Earned every one of them there. Okay, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total bases taken at any point by the Protoss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases taken by the Zerg. That's why herO's engaging here so hard. And this is what I talked about. This is what herO has to do. Chengdu doesn't have to move out. He doesn't have to get out there and start attacking any of these bases. He can sit back, storm everything. Maybe add Reavers into the mix. He just got another Robo, and I feel like that might be for Reavers. And look, herO is so desperate he's taking these center minerals. Because he needs to. If he's going to win this game, he's got to shut down this bottom right-hand corner, or he needs to take that center base. And maybe he needs to go into something that can be a little more cost-efficient, like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it too loudly, but Guardians. In the hands of an elite Zerg player like herO, Guardians can be really cost-efficient in a situation where you need to be cost-efficient to win the game. It's a weird place to be for the Zerg. It is. Oh, it's another plague. But as you find yourself desperately having to be on the offensive against an entrenched Protoss player, it's a really bad time. Another Ob's getting sniped out. We had a game on this map between 2 lower-level players on, I don't know, a month or 2 ago that involved Dark Archons, Guardians. We had Devourers in this mess. We had mind-controlled Lurkers. It was a ton of fun. If you missed it, ask for a link. I'll give it to ya. Again, I read every comment anyone ever makes on the channel. I've never at any point in my career been big enough where I couldn't do that. Reavers are on the way. These Defilers, man, they're getting so much damage done on these dudes. Intense amounts of damage done on these Zealots. More and more Zealots keep coming in. 170 supply. He's trying to attack across this bridge over and over and over again. He doesn't have enough to do it. There's so many Zealots down here. There's so much Psystorm. Yeah, the Psystorms just never end. They never end. Look at this. Look at this mining. How many minerals are here total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 minerals total. So basically another mineral line, like at a minerals only base, is what that provides you. So that's basically one extra base. Maybe that's all he needs, but the longer the game goes on, nice Plague. The harder it is to be cost efficient here against this Protoss. Yes, massive Plague. Yes, some Zealots are dying here, but the Lurkers are dying too. Lings are falling by the dozens. I feel like this is where we're going to live for the next few minutes at least. Reaver shots into that Dark Swarm. Yeah, Psystorm inside the Dark Swarm, and you see orange is Protoss. That's a big bullseye. It's a big target that says, hey, Storm here, Reaver here. And that's what you do, and everything dies, and that Defiler gets stormed, and that Lurker gets killed, and there's nothing here to worry about at all anymore for the Protoss. This is insane. Overlord sniped, which means you can't pick off obs anymore against these Lurkers. It is the Storm and the Plague and the Dark Swarm and the Lurkers taking out an Archon. Not easy for them to do. But maybe herO squeezes enough value out of these minerals. Maybe. Ooh, these Cracklings. I don't think they intended to find these High Templar here. I don't think they're going to kill any of them. And there's not enough Lings to kill these cannons. But my goodness, they are close. Because they have full upgrades and there aren't that many cannons there. One Dark Swarm would ruin that entire base, except its minerals mined out anyway, and there's only about 1,000 gas left. I don't know that... Well, if you've got a lot of gas and few minerals, High Templar are going to be really useful to the end of this game, including Archons. So it makes sense. herO says, I'm not breaking this ramp. What if we counterattacked? Maybe drew him away from that position. Look at all these units streaming down here, too. 184 supply from herO. He's going to come down and take this base. Maybe because it gives him another staging area to attack from the backside of that bridge. And, you know, you're taking gas away from the Protoss. He needs that as time goes on. So fine. Kills the base. Chengdu allows it to die. Absolutely yes. Probes come down. He doesn't need 50 probes for 2 mining bases. But whatever. He'll take him at this point. And yeah, here it is. Backside, front side, multi-pronged harassment surround tactics here. Doesn't quite do what it wants to do. Where are the obs? Quick Zealot, stand on that Lurker. Archon, attack him. Blind storming the Lurker also works just fine. Ooh, Reaver shot. Big time Reaver shots here. Ugh, Reaver dies as soon as I'm talking him up. And yeah, see, it's another staging area to come at this Protoss position. I love this from herO. Okay, I'm feeling better about herO now, right? He's flooding in. He's getting surround angles. The Reavers don't have any shuttles to try to micro with. Oh my gosh, that Reaver just got killed by a Lurker. The Dark Swarm positioning is hanging out. This is a big-time problem here for Chengdu. Like, no real surprise. Obviously, we thought herO would probably win this game, but how close was it going to get in the end? And the answer is it's looking pretty close. There's a Dark Swarm finally. Gets a Dark Swarm on the cannons at this bottom 6th base taken. And we jump on this thing, but look, giant attack into the center base here from herO. He needs to defend this, or he needs to kill these bases. And he's not exactly killing these bases. Dude, that Defiler getting into the... Okay, does not get into the Dark Swarm. Ling splash, nicely done. Center being defended, being hit. Absolutely insane battle here in the center. It's not the kind of center we're used to. Dude, a big hit on these. Attack the drones. They're stacked up. Attack the drones. Woo-hoo-hoo. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Drones getting massacred here. There's still 53 of them from herO. He can replace those drones. That's really not a concern. And in fact, he's building another hatchery up there. That way, this base looks like it's probably gonna die. Cannons, kill the lurkers. Oh no, a ton of crackling showed up. Yeah, this is where Chengdu starts falling apart, folks. When he loses this base, he successfully mostly defends the center base. He's going to go into this bottom right, 5th base, 2, and we're done. 131 to 107 supply. herO's up. herO is up, and what can the Protoss do? He can't really counterattack. You don't want to base race a Zerg player. That doesn't sound like very much fun. Although maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll work out. Like how he's defending this base with 2 High Templar, well, an Archon, 2 High Templar, and 2 Reavers. It is tough to break up, it's fair, but I think herO's pretty happy with just wiping this base out as it is. There's the counterattack. There's the attempt to go after these incredibly important mining bases from herO. These lurkers are getting hit as they're running around, which is not how you want to play this. That hatch dies immediately. Dude, getting up this ramp and taking down these hatches would be huge. Stop attacking other stuff. Get up the ramp. Get up the ramp. Okay, he's just going to try to hold this position. No, he's going up the ramp. Or at least falling back to a more defensible spot against all these cracklings. They're getting surrounds, though. That's not what you want to see from a Protoss perspective. And there's just enough Zerg that we traded a base for a base, and that's about it. Yeah, there's a Nidus up here anyway. Reinforcements were going to be showing up. But Chengdu uses the distraction as this Archon dies to re-expand down to the 6th base here. So, Reaver getting some work done. Yeah, trading us 2 Scarabs for 1 Zergling is not a good trade, mathematically. So herO loses that base. His center base is not actively mining right now. He doesn't have any money. Guess what? Chengdu also doesn't have any money. This base needs to warp in soon so we can actually saturate these minerals. He's way oversaturated here in the bottom right, 5th. But yeah, man, tap that like button. Click it if you're enjoying this one. This is one heck of a PvZ from RJB, but they usually are, right? We're never disappointed in a PvZ in one of these standalone VODs, are we? I don't think so. High Templar storm up a storm there. 105 to 89 supply. herO's still up a bunch in overall supply, which is never where you want to be against a Zerg player in a PvZ in the late game, and especially if that player happens to be, I don't know, somebody like herO, somebody like Soulkey, somebody like Jaedong. Although, I don't know, Jaedong's slowing down these days, but, you know, peak Jaedong. Never want to be in that position against him. Size Storm. Okay, good. On the bridge. We're back to holding the bridge. Really comfortable position there. herO retaking his 5th. 106 to 84 supply. This is going poorly for Chengdu. And yeah, Ling's coming around here. They're going to go to that backside surround angle again. The Filer probably going to die, but also gets a plague off on both of the Reavers. Totally worth it, man. And he gets out of there after getting plagued himself by a friend. We thought we were friends. This Ling little slip by is so smooth and delicious. Such a smooth move down here. And these DTs are plagued so they can be seen. Oh, that sucks. There's an Overlord over here too. I think maybe he was providing detection for that. 34 probes remain. This is where we start seeing the probe count get reduced. This little angle of we're just going to send our High Templar over this way to get down here is a big problem. It's the best way to get there. It's the only way to get there. But it is Zerg infested right now. They're setting up raiding parties. They're pirate Zergs sailing the open seas over this way and catching the units trying to get over there. Lurkers burrowing in at the 6th base is a problem too. Yeah, unless there's something crazy up Chengdu's sleeve, I think he's dead. I really, really do. Yeah, this is over. Sorry, Protoss fans, but a good game here from Chengdu. If you can take herO out to 40 minutes by splitting the map in half with him and making him take the center base, then I think you had a pretty good day. Pretty good day, man. Let's have you show up for some other tournaments. Maybe figure out who you are. Hey, look, it's a Greater Spire. What did I say? What did I say about Zerg in this position? Sometimes they are desperate. And sometimes desperation leads to using units you don't usually want to use. Hey, there we go. 8 mutas into Guardians is going to be the play right now. Psystorm is going to be really the only option that Chengdu has to deal with these Guardians when they arrive. I'm trying to decide, did herO do enough in this game that these 6,000 minerals are going to be enough to save him? And I don't know that he has. I feel like in 40-minute PvZs, we generally see a situation where the units lost is going to account for more than 60,000 minerals compared to what the Protoss has lost. Anyway. Alright, mutas park themselves over here. We know it's clear because there's an OBS, or an Overlord. There's no OBS here because there's an Overlord. And there are the eggs, man. This just might be the thumbnail. Let me just pop this up and be like, hey, what do you think this is? Come click on this game. Still, though, herO remains 40 supply up, 30 supply up on a Protoss player who's not on his level. And here they are, shooting their little yellow tennis balls directly into that assimilator, trying to slow down the gas income first, splitting out the Guardians. One takes a storm, but it takes 2 storms to kill a Guardian. Thank you very much. And then everybody else floods down here too. We plague. It's a beautiful overall engagement here. Oh, that plague is so good there as well. The Psy storms are clearing them out. Which is why I say the cost efficiency of a Guardian army is, you just can't say it with a straight face, because sure, ideally they've got killer range, they can kill things from forever away, they hit hard, right? Oh, they killed an assimilator, awesome. But then they just die to everything that can touch them, and Psystorm is always available by the time a Guardian shows up. So it's just very rarely going to actually get a kill, let alone 5 or 6 or 7 kills before it dies. So we'll keep an eye on this. This one has 3. Come on. But then you Dark Swarm and you bring in the Hydras and the Lings and the Archon dies and the High Templar have other things to worry about and this base dies. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. Guardians aren't even really needed all that much anymore. This one's still plinking away. 5 kills on this Guardian. Holy crap. And dead. All right. Well, good try. Excellent job there, Guardian friend. This base is dead. It's 88 supply remaining here for the Protoss. I told you that worker count would keep going down against a Zerg player as good as herO, and it is. 23 workers remain. Nexus dies for the 2nd time. 5th Nexus is all that stands between Chengdu and Oblivion. And Oblivion is here, folks. I mean, do you even want to try to kill the Guardians or go after the Zerglings? Probably the Zerglings are the more clear and present danger. 3 kills on that Guardian. Woo-hoo-hoo! Big spender. Counterattack into the center. All right, Chengdu. I like it. This represents a very important resource to herO. He is going to force a lot of these ground units back to try to deal with you, and deal with you they shall. There's no way. There's no way you go back in for another round here. Do you have an OBS even? I'm not even sure if there's an OBS here with this army. Yeah, you'll notice they're not attacking the Lurkers at all because they can't. So we're just going to let the Guardians pretty much deal with the rest of this base. Still 3 kills on this Guardian, mind you. One of them's going to get credit for a pylon death. Maybe. Where's the OBS? See, this Scourge hunting for the OBS might have already picked one off for all I know, because by golly, there are none here, and I have to assume that Chengdu tried to bring some to the center. Dark Swarm alert. That's a dead base. That's the deadest of bases in the history of dead bases. Chengdu's got a new obs. He's here now. Bling's getting on top of the Dragoons, eating storms like they are delicious, delicious candy. High Templar picked. Nicely done there by the Cracklings. This Nexus is dead. No more income for the Protoss whatsoever. Did his obs get picked off? No, but he's got DTs here. Where are the Overlords? Womp womp. Oh my gosh. Plagued them. He plagued the DTs so they're visible. But they kill the lurkers anyway. No. God. What a sick plague. Second time herO has plagued DTs to make them visible. 67 to 42 army supply. He saved the Dark Swarm wore off and the Psy Storm happened. Yes, something like that happened. That's 7 kill High Templar. Probably. I thought that Nexus was dead. It's not dead, folks. Hold on. Hold on. Chengdu's still not winning this game, but by golly, he is putting in one heck of an effort. I said, how close would he get? And he's got herO down to 60 supply at 45 minutes of PVZ. Brings an Overlord over to finally deal with the DT. We're microing our hearts out right now, folks. The micro is real. The bottom right Nexus is dead. A lot of Lings gave their lives for that Nexus, but it's dead. Everybody gets plagued up here at the center. There's been no mining for a hot minute here. Everybody falls back to wait for the plague to wear off. And maybe let their shields regen just a little bit. Maybe going after this base. Why not? I mean, this base is also really important stuff. And free Lurker is free. Archon stays behind. Nope. Not against the Zealots. Or not against the Hydras. Nice target fire there. Everybody dies. That's their GG. That's it. That's the last bit of rebellion that was in the heart of Chengdu. He knows he's dead now. That's it. GG. Yeah. herO gets the win here in 46 minutes and 48 seconds. He's still mining. He wants to throw off our statistics there at the end, like the absolute insane man that he is. But GG. 65 supply of Zerg at 46 minutes. He's mining here, and he's mining at this weird center area here on Retro. There's maybe 1,000 minerals total left in these little patches. That's it. This is mined out, mined out, mined out, mined out, mined out. It was a good plan. I think it was a good plan today here from Chengdu. Split the map in half, try to harass the center as much as he can, but the Guardians were a problem. The constant plaguing and the constant dark swarming and just having everything that he needed to deal with the Protoss was a thing. Chengdu had the Reavers, which is fantastic. Big fan of that. But yeah, that is GG from me. That is a really, really, really fun PvZ. We got Guardian shenanigans. We got a Protoss player getting nice Reaver shots off. We got this base almost dying. This base has almost recovered all of its HP. It almost died and when it was coming up in the first, 5 minutes of the game. And over the course of 40 minutes, its HP is almost back to 100%. How nice. So, GG there from Chengdu. He was good. He was good. He was not good enough to win this game, but hey, if I took herO to 46 minutes, I'd be telling my friends about it. 426,000 points, or 406,000 points in favor of herO. He outproduced the Protoss. 1,481 Zerg units were produced today. That's a lot of units. Holy crap. Structures raised, 39 to 7 in favor of herO. That makes a lot of sense. The outspend here is about 12,000 resources total on the outspend. So that center base was good and awesome. So, all right, that was a lot of fun. Thanks again for hanging out for another edition of Falcon Paladin Cast StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the cast. Subscribe. Trying to get to 70,000 subs here. We'll see if we can get there. And you can catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. So until next time, thanks again for watching, and you take care of yourself.